hours. If you like, ask any questions while I'm going. We can have a bit of a chat about anything balloon related or whatnot. And yeah, I hope this isn't too awkward and too many quiet moments. When balloons are involved, there's not a lot of quiet moments. However, if I can turn that autofocusing a bit off, that might be less annoying. I do not see. Okay. Let me know if you can't hear me very well, if the sound's a bit funny. I might put on some live streaming music in the background from Roberto Blake, which is, he's got some amazing stuff on his channel. And so that would be nice to just have in the background, so it's not just me and the noise of balloons. But yeah, so enjoy. Yeah, I'm going to make this Ursula Sea Witch. I've got my laptop in front of me with my inspiration picture, and I am going to see just what I can create with a bit of distortion and throwing in some different balloon sizes as well. So yeah, I'm just going to get on into it, and hopefully, yeah, if you've got questions, you're welcome to ask them along the way. Using some spring lilac here to make her head, and I'm going to do a bit of distortion here, which is going to involve a 16-inch round and some 11-inch rounds that are going to go inside there. And I've just made a little balloon raisin kind of dealio, and that's going to go in the balloon to go ahead to make the an anchor point or attachment point that I can use for the hair. Might throw a couple in there because, you know, I might need a couple. It's been a bit of a while since I've done distortion, probably of this kind of scale. Back when I did Australia's Got Talent, that was probably it, and that was 2019, so that was a couple of years ago. However, the great thing about making something with the balloon distortion is you can just kind of have a play around with different shapes and see what you come up with, and if it's not quite working, I'll just try again. But Ursula's got quite an interesting facial head structure, so I'm going to see how I go at recreating that. I'm going to be using my legenda as well, just for the inflation parts. When I'm doing distortion of heads, this is what I like to use, because this is what will get me being able to kind of get my hands. I can inflate what's inside of here while not having to try and also hold a pump at the same time, because a hand pump. I misplaced my hand pump. I'm going to need that. It's in here. I don't need it yet. You know, I'll just kind of find it later. Alrighty. Yeah, I don't even know, like, if I see any questions. So yeah, I do apologize if you ask a question and I don't see it, because I don't know if I'm meant to see it when I'm looking at my phone, because I haven't done this before. But I feel like I am going to also include a 350. These are all the Qualitech Spring Lilac colours. Generally, you try to put all the balloons in before you inflate them. You can add some after, but it's just a bit easier, I think, when they're uninflated and in there first. Let's see how I go with this. Just inserted the 11-inch round and the 350 into the 16-inch round. That's all inflated because of the 11-inch in there. Just see what those raisins are doing there. They're just going to bang about in there for a little bit. That's quite okay. That's all. When I need to manipulate them into position to be at the top, that's when I'll do that. Quite the pronounced jawline, so that's what I'm hoping to achieve with that 350 balloon. And this is going to be the top part of her head, and then the hair is going to get attached to that. Now this time I'm going to inflate air into the 16-inch round to give a bit of space for the 350 to inflate into. Bit of extra air in there, so space for the 350 to expand when I use the Legenda on it in a moment. Might add a little bit more in. Just plenty of air, and I'm going to release what I don't need. So that 16-inch round is the only thing I was inflating right now, and this 350 nozzle, I'm going to go ahead to get the air into that one. I've just made sure the tail of the 350 is hanging out, and I'm going to pull those together. I think I want to inflate more of that 350 because I can get the sense of how big it is and what kind of shape it's making in there, and I want it to be a little bit more bigger. Okay, I think I kind of got it to what I want it to be. I am going to pull on this 350 so that I'm hoping most of the excess of it is outside of the balloon as I go to just give it a couple of knots to ensure it stays in place. The air's going to start escaping from the 16-inch, but that's okay. That's kind of good. I can even see a bit better what kind of shape it's going to make. Not too bad, but I think I know what I want to add into this as well to make it a bit more Ursula-like. Yeah, I'm liking how it's looking so far. It's kind of how I go when I'm doing my own distortion of faces. I just get an idea of what's going to make the shapes that I want to achieve, and then I have a play, and I hope for the best. Yes, that's the truth to it. Just give me 3 good ties there. I want to make sure that's not coming undone, and I'm just going to snip off that excess. Not cut myself. They are sewing scissors. They should not be used in this kind of way, and yet they are, because that's what I do. Sorry any other sewers watching this. So I think I need to have a balloon that comes down and could even protrude a bit more forward, because she's got a very interesting jowl and jawline. I like to think that's going to help me achieve what I'm looking for here. So right now, the positioning of everything is not really where I want it to be. Once I've got my shapes inside, that's when I'm going to then, well, my intention will be then to add the extra air that I need to be able to manipulate those shapes inside around. You can even see that's where one of those little knots ended up before. So let's keep on going. I'm going to add this one in by sticking it on the end of my chopstick here and inserting it, because I want it to go in this underneath part. And the 350 and the 11-inch round together, the way that the latex friction happens, I'm hoping to have that kind of jut out a little bit here, more towards the front. If I don't think I'm getting the kind of shape I'm hoping for, I think even maybe a 350 could do the trick. I'm just going to go for it, see what it looks like, and see if I think it looks enough like a sort of a sea wedge. And see, I could show you what I'm kind of looking at to help give me my inspiration. Just clicking on a picture here. You a bit. Let's see. Rotate camera. Rotate. There we go. So I'm just looking at some pictures. I'm like, don't know if I'm fully satisfied with the shape I'm going to get, but we're going to see how it ends up. There's this, and wait. Oh, there it is. I felt it on my foot. I even cleaned up this area before I began this project, because this room is a little bit messy at the best of times. It is an all-purpose crafting room that I use. But anyway, let's go ahead to get this one into this one. And later I'm going to take off all the hair that I can. So like before I do inflate this 11-inch I've just put inside, I need to add more air into the 16-inch, because we want it to be able to expand somewhere. And at this point I'm going to also try and manipulate those inside balloons to be more where I want them to be in the end, because the more items you have inside your outside balloon that you're stuffing, the more finicky it is to get them exactly where you want them to be. But sometimes you put them exactly where you want them to be and they shift around during the process, so you really have to just go ahead and adjust anyway. I'm just getting that 11-inch I've just inserted into the space that the 350 has created underneath here. So it's a nice area that 11-inch can start to expand into. almost looks like I've just inflated a balloon right now, doesn't it? A very misshapen balloon nonetheless, but what you can do is when you have balloons inside, which you decide, I don't really like that balloon anymore, you can carefully pop them. I don't always recommend that because you might, despite your best efforts, not be as careful as you thought you would be. So do be cautious. And you'll find sometimes balloons here are going to plug that hole so the air can't escape, but letting the air escape helps you understand what shapes you've created inside and decide if you need to fix it up, because the relationship between the air and the latex plays a very big part in what the end result's going to look like. Sometimes you want all that excess air to be gone and not in there anymore. Other times, a little bit of extra air is what's going to help your design be what you want it to be. So there is a delicate balance. Oh, what was that, Bronson?
I saw that.
Is not Hunter on the tablet? Child at the door. Hello, child at the door. Can you shut the door, child? I'm not using any tablet. That's right, he is on it. I'm not almost done. I've got a little bit longer to go.
Thanks for a little bit. It doesn't mean that much left, right?
Sure, let's go with that. Alrighty. Oh, hello there, Giselle. See, is that how I can read it? That was really helpful. Bronson, come here very quickly, then you have to go. Oi. Oh, he's very cute. My mum's got a mum for making this balloon, you know that, right?
Oh, it's a big fat one.
It is a big fat one. Hey,
And what's that?
it's a blue balloon, isn't it?
Can I show it around?
His cup. Dad, do you mind helping me here? Oh, okay. Look at the class. All right, quick. You scooch here, Dad. Shut the door too, please. Thank you. Very relatable to be interrupted there. All right, let me look back at what I'm creating. Alrighty. You know what? I think it's kind of where I want it to be at. You know, Ursula's got a very soft jawline, which once I get all these balloons where I want them to be, I envision it being this here, and then her head goes a little bit more pointed toward the top, and she's got a big mane of hair going on up there, so that is what I think is going to help me achieve her look. Later on, what I'm going to do is draw her eyes on, so that should be fun. As well as getting all of my hair and any pet hair up here. Yeah, overall I think I'm pretty happy with that. So an attachment point for me is going to be, of course, this nozzle, and before I put in a couple of balloon raisins, so I'll use, I think, 1, 2, maybe even have a third kind of attachment point so I can get the hair, going on there. But I'm also going to need something at the bottom because I'm going to need to attach it into the rest of the design, so her bust, etc. So far pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and just put in those additional raisins, and any I don't need, well, I'm just going to be kicking around in there. Try to avoid disrupting the outside appearance as much as possible with the addition of extra things. So there's that too. But if you can manipulate them to a part of the balloon where they can't be seen, that is also really good. Look good for sea warts or something. Just going to get the air out of this 160. Because later I'm going to use that to contain that raisin twist and then be able to use this to help attach it into a bust for Ursula. Queen Ursula. Is she a queen? Queen of the sea? I think she's some kind of queen. So I'm not sure what time it is where in the world you are, but here it is 3 in the afternoon, and at 7 in the evening is when this is going to get collected. So I do have a bit of work to do, and if I'm saying to stress because of the time, well then that's when this video might be cut short. Also got a whole heap of what are these called? 260 modelling balloons. I don't know that I've actually used many of them, but I have 350s, and I was going to actually try and curl them for a tentacle. So I wonder how well that's going to work. I hope really well, but I'm going to try one of those right now. It's chocolate brown, that's not black. Ah, fun. Oh, worse. And I don't think you need to be coming in to ask me about it.
He hasn't been watching much video.
Well, how about you two swap? Can I get my door shut?
No running to it!
Hey, how about you? Sorry, back. I did feel it might be a good idea to grab my big pump as well as to try and get those kids to stop arguing. So yeah, there's that. I'll use that later when I go to use the 350 or blow up the 350 to make Ursula the Sea Witch's body. Her voluptuous mother. Let's see. Okay. My plan to use 350s for the tentacles has gone south. Because this was a last minute order, I didn't have time to go ahead to order all the balloons that I might find useful to create this, but that's okay because I can make do, I know, with what I've got. Oh, I'm really having a hard time inflating these balloons. Must be something in the air. Oh. How old are these balloons? I'm going to try this bag and hope for the best. Expect the worst, hope for the best. That was unexpected after all that. Alright, I'm just going to give it a curl. Oh, and that's caused it to get a hole in it. Oh, the joys. She might be a one tentacle lady at the end of this. Hold your breath with me. Okay, breathe. We need to live. Okay, well, I'll work with that. Let's keep being lucky. So my thought at the moment, because I can't get a nice bulky size to my tentacles, potentially is to look at joining forces somehow. What do I think? Sometimes the artistic nature of balloons and what we can create, we can get away with. Let's say if I had 16 tentacles in there and it just looked like the trendles of a dress, that would also be okay. And to help give it the look might be what I have to do. Should position that so you can see the curls, except then they'll probably start flopping. Don't want that. A bit more interesting for you to see it though. The struggle is real. I hope you appreciate this. Sorry, don't laugh. Oh, I've tangled it up. Okay. That's what I get for trying to show you, but that's all right. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you are impressed by that. Or just a thumbs up in general because they're pretty fun. They are fun, balloons are fun, it's so fun. Maybe I could change the angle for you a little bit. Hang on. Not so, but just so you can see some of this cool stuff. This is cool. I can do cooler than that. Forgive me. Usually I try curling a single balloon a couple of times. Like if I'm not happy with its shape, I'll go ahead to try curling another one. And if I think that the shape... No, wait, hold on. If I make the spiral, I'm like, that could have been much better. I'll let the air and I'll try it again, but the balloon itself has already become a bit distorted. And then if I still don't get the look I'm after, I'll just get another balloon, try that again. My oh my. Oh, thank you, Morning Dove. That's a bit more like it. Uneventful. My favourite kind of balloon. Okay, get a nice little nest of snakes or sea tentacles here. There's 7. How many tentacles does a standard critter have? Well, why, it's 8, of course. Sorry, balloon pump. Okay, alright, so let's back up here for now. Alright, welcome back to my face. Okay, so I have the 8, and like I said earlier, I might look to somehow incorporating them. Somehow. I might say, well, there's one tentacle because not only does it make the design a bit more larger, and if I'm planning on using a 350, it helps to keep things more in proportion, but it looks visually exciting. I mean, wow, look at all those swirls. What? Huh. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. that's looking pretty cool. 16 of those would look very, very cool. So I'm going to make more. Okay, I'm going to do it. Let's put you back down here. You can see me now. Ah. Probably know this if you've spiraled a balloon or two in your time, but you do need to inflate it and let all the air out to help soften the balloon to enable that twisting to happen. Because if you don't do that step first, it's a bit of a mess. Another thing is just try not to let the balloon get twisted as you wrap it on your finger, because as the air fills it up, if it's twisted, it's going to pop like my one did a couple of goes ago. Part of the balloon in your finger until the air makes its way all the way to there to help just maintain the curl throughout the whole spiral. Otherwise the end might straighten out a bit. And if you inflate air into it while it's not actually wrapped around anything, then like you may have seen in that one, it expanded out the spiral a bit, made it less tight. The way I'm holding it there is causing a twist to occur early on. Let's try not to do that. because you can see my windows there. And nice rainy, sunny kind of day out there today. Okay, I think that is a lot of tentacles for this sea witch. Let's get you back up here. I think I did have that one pop. Oh. Sorry about that. Ah. Ah. It's actually just leaning on my camera there. Leaning on the camera and doing a really good job. Thanks, camera. And my chair. No tripod because... Like I said before, balloons usually got a couple of chances before it's just been just sort of too much. Whew. Made the grain. Show you a bit of what I'm looking at here. There is quite a few balloons here. Yep. Alright. Oh, mess. Oh, okay. Drink time. Okay, if you do have any questions, I'm happy to hear them. Or read them, respond to them perhaps. Excuse me. Alright, now also here. There it is. The hand sanitizer. How's our time looking? Okay, cool. I've got about 3.5 hours. Yeah, let's get crack-a-lackin'. Let's see. So I mentioned I'm going to use a 350 in this design. I have two 350s. Let's hope they do not behave. I said 350, sorry. I'm going to use 3-foot rounds. I have two 3-foot rounds. Let's hope that they do not break my heart like those broken balloons did from before. Now, and that's a balloon. Just thinking about what I want to achieve with this. Oh, like this inspiration picture we have here. Yeah. Just trying to think how I can try to get that kind of look going on that I want to have. I think this will make a really great round tummy, but that's not what she's just all about here. We want it to look a bit cohesive too. Ooh. What I think I might do. See, I'm thinking of putting a 350 inside to help give it more than just roundness, but I'm also thinking, is that going to work for me? Is that going to achieve what I want it to achieve? I don't know. But what I do want to have is some attachment points to this 350 because I've got the top. I also want something at the bottom so the tentacles have something to go to, so that the top of the balloon has something to go to. So I don't know if you watch my balloon pumpkin tutorial, but I did want to try it with a 3-foot round. It never arrived in time for me to actually do that for the tutorial or for Halloween. I might try that this year. But the method of putting some balloons inside it to make oogly boogly bits, which are basically attachment points for the 350, that's what I want to do here. If you've got any suggestions, like, I'm happy to hear them. I'm always happy. Let's turn this inside out, and I am going to insert what I've created here inside. Give me something to grip onto, and putting that in. I'm going in, Captain. Spelunking. So that's pretty much right at the base of that 3-foot round. I'm going to capture that knot in here, and I kind of want to get the air out of this 260 that I'm using because it makes it a more firmer, a better knot to put around that. So I do want to make that nice and tight. I want to avoid friction tears. Sorry. Friction tears will ruin my day and my balloon. Watched my last bunny tutorial. There was a couple of friction tears there, much to my dismay, but well. Just going to remove the excess, although I don't in my other video. Why, hello, Morning Dove. Thank you again for talking with me. I'm using Qualitex balloons. Thank you for your question. Most of the balloons that I can get easily here in Australia, and greetings to you Malaysia too, by the way, that's really cool, is Qualitex. That's the easiest one for me, but I also do on occasion like to use Sempertex, and I recently started using some, bought some, haven't used them, Tuftex balloons because they had beautiful colours. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. That's my oogly boogly bits. So what that has allowed me to do is put a connection point onto that 3-foot round. And you can use that technique as well with any size balloon. So in my tutorial where I did the pumpkins, it was the 11-inch round and the 16-inch round. Oh, and this time I'm using my Mini Cool Air Pro, which is really useful for playing big things like this. I never use the Legenda for this because I don't want to break my poor Legenda. So this is obviously quite an uninflated 3-foot round. Yeah, sorry, I keep thinking I'm going to say 350, but sorry, like my hair is distracting me. But I don't know, it might be okay. I think I want some 350s in there. 660s would be better, but I don't have any 660s. And if I do, You're probably so old they just melt. Okay. You can't really see the colours through the Onyx Black, thankfully. So I'm going to go ahead to try using these grey 350s. I'm going to tie them together as well because I would like it to be sticking together when it's inside the balloon. Sticking together would be good. So when I used that balloon before to tie in the oogly boogly bits, if you are strategic about it, like I could have attached these points on the inside and then they're always going to stay put to that central area. So yeah, I think I'm still going to be able to achieve what I want to though with this, so that's okay. So before I blow up those 350s, I need to give them a place to go, and that place to go is going to be my inflated 3-foot round. Also, I'm going to use the legenda to actually try and inflate those 350s so that I can get them to pretty much the same size. I'm going to use the precision inflation function. So you've got the timer so that I can say inflate it for 8 seconds, and it's going to inflate it for 8 seconds on both of them. So yeah. Is it? Oh, hey David. Cool. Let me try something. I don't even know, but sorry. Let me know if that's better, and if it's not, Oh, thank goodness. Okay, well, that's good to know. Thank you, David. Shout out to David, one of my very good in real life friends, and he's amazing. You know. Okay. Let's see how I go. Okay, so I don't want to let go of my 350s. That's important because then they're going to get lost in that 3-foot round, and then what I've done will be for nothing. And I'll have to do it again. Still got my bits, and that would have been horrible if that had busted. What's really good though, the sound, the bigger the balloon, the less crazy or horrible the sound is if it does actually pop. And I've set my timer to the highest I can get it, which is 9.9 seconds to inflate one of these 350s. Actually, I think that's too much. I'm worried that one of those 350s might then explode. Let me reduce that actually. Put it to 7. I can always put more in. I think 7's too much. I think that's a day. Yeah, no. More down. 4 seconds. 4 seconds. You know what? I'm going to test that because if one of these balloons pops, that'll suck. All right. Okay, that was 4 seconds, so I think I can do more than 4. Okay, all right. 7. It's going to be 7.
It's no one.
Hi there, no one. You got a skadooch. I'm doing balloon things. That is a big balloon, isn't it? No, you don't need to come here. What's going on?
It's a big old my chip packet.
Well, how rude. Why don't you get another one? Or get one for your brother?
No, this
Right.
was my one.
Can you get one for your brother, please? Alright, can you shut the door, please, Bronson?
He hasn't letting me have one.
Ask him to get one. Boys. Oh, husband's in the backyard on his electric motorcycle, not motorcycle, skateboard. Actually, I think that's his friend. Oh my gosh.
Yes!
Thanks.
I got that money.
Oh, alright, shut the door, please. Alright. That was going to do some scary things. Because that 350 was already inflated, it kind of didn't want to inflate past where I previously gotten it to without some trouble. But I think I'm going to be safe to do 7 seconds. Let's see if that's famous last words or actually good. Oh! Give you a nice bird's eye view. This one, well, not bird's eye. This kind of view. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, sorry. Oh, that's a bit much there. I can't really see what it's doing inside, but hopefully only good things. Now I'm going to inflate the other one. Okay, alright. Let's see what I've created. I want some of that. Let's bring you back up here again. I am hoping that. Hi there. I'm hoping that as I release some of the air out of this 3-foot round, I get to see not a perfectly round balloon, but don't know that I've achieved what I've hoped for with that. Nah, not quite. Stop pooing! Ah! That was kind of fun. What are you doing in here though? Out.
Now.
I'm here.
I said now.
One last hello, then you got to go.
I thought you just died, but it was the balloon.
I hope you didn't hear that because that was a bit gross. Alright.
Yeah, because it's I'm going to take a photo of its lip.
Hey, there's people out there watching you. Do you want to say hello?
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, I'm in internet land. You say hello, Uncle David?
Yeah.
Well, he was watching before. He might not be watching anymore. I don't know. Can you say hello? Oh, sorry,
Hello.
David. Oh, there, that's better. All right, Kitty, do you want to go?
No.
Why don't you? Oh, well, you have to sit over there and be very quiet. David said hi to you.
Hi, Stephen.
That was him there. That was his words. All right, you got to sit over there.
Stephen.
You're in my balloon space there. Can you please sit over here? Skadooch.
Open this.
Oh, yeah. I like that thought, David. No Roblox if you keep interrupting. How's that, Bronson? They know they like that.
I haven't been eating. What is this?
Just inverted my balloon again. Because I'm thinking there was just too much space where this could be moving around in there, so it wasn't going to help distort the shape of my 3-foot round. So I'm just going to tie these two together now.
Mom,
That's my next plan.
I'm gonna have that big balloon.
No, you can't. Sorry, that's
I
mine.
want it. Can you give me another one?
Not yet. Not yet, child.
Because I want a big balloon.
I bet you do. But I need two in case one breaks. Really do need to.
Can I get this power cord?
No, you cannot cut a power cord. Bronson! It was not, for the record, cutting a power cord, but there's a little bit of latex right there.
Oh,
Oh, hello, Jono. I am making Ursula the Sea Witch. Hopefully. I've got a customer who is keen to get whatever size I can make for her, so I'm hoping that I can make it fairly decent.
Hi.
Hey. Yeah.
Siri. Siri, that's dog.
You can't hear them. They're watching because for some reason they haven't switched off because you're very cheeky.
Mama,
He is very cheeky, isn't he?
what's this? The ball won't make that one bigger? What's
No.
it? Is it this one?
Nope. All right.
How much one is it?
Let's see if that helps me. I don't know, my child. I do not know if that'll be the one to help me. I feel like it will not be.
Then I got this balloon.
Uh-uh. Okay, so I'm going to go back to inflating this begin again. As a reminder, I'm hoping to do something like this.
Mom. They could fall off the spoon.
No. So,
Is it?
give people the tips.
That was it flying. I want to fly on the face.
Okay, not necessary. Alright, let's inflate this 350 again. Not a 350, sorry, the 3 foot.
Mom,
Okay, well, that didn't quite work either.
that's my lip.
It didn't it?
But to me, it did not.
Excuse me, young man.
That's a flying slip. It's flying through the balloon's mouth.
Yep. Cheeky boy. Alright. Don't think that worked quite like I'd hope. Cheeky boy.
Mom, let's look to my slip.
Yeah, can you maybe please go see what your brother's up to? It was your turn on the tablet, wasn't it? You tell him it's still your turn.
Oh.
Yeah, don't forget to shut the door. Okay. One child gone. Just trying to consider what else I might do. Be interesting. Getting a bit of an idea. Don't mind me, it's my thinking phase.
Mom, 100 does not want me to have a door.
Oh, I bet he doesn't.
I'm going to do my door.
I might have to go back. Give me a moment or 5. Yes, it is your brother's turn. Okay, back hopefully by myself forever. Here we go. All right. So I'm thinking. Thinking hurts, not all the time. I've got an idea though. It's just water in here too. Might need something stronger. Excuse me. Okay. So I'm thinking I can have more anchor points in here because anchor points are cool. And I can also distort the shape. Oh, thank you, Morning Dove. By having a 350 inside that I pull across, or 260 even. I can retain that anchor point as one where, because it's quite firmly in there, I don't want to get scary by taking it away, but I can have like an elbow attached to that particular point. She could be quite fabulous in how she's positioned potentially, and then I create another one which is going to be an attachment point for the tentacles, and I can then use this balloon here to distort the shape. You'll see what I mean if you keep watching. Keep watching. Why not? Right. Let's see. Okay, just kind of finessing that to hopefully the side of the balloon. And now I'm going to tie that in place like I did with the other one. I can use the screen, it's not going to be seen. Let's bring it down here again. When the air expands a balloon, if this isn't tight enough, it's just going to pop loose and make it so that it has to be worked with again, which is not fun. Why do something 50 times when you can do it 49? Like, yeah. Okay. 2 attachment points, hopefully where I want to be. A lot of the time when I make these things, I just go for it. I don't do a pre-made one in advance because, I mean, you could, but I think I make something just as good on the first go on occasion than a second go. Not always, but yeah. Wait, it's the right way again. A couple of sets of oogly boogly bits. And then there's also this, the 260 that's attached opposite here. And let's go for it. I don't want to lose grip of this one, so I'm just going to have it stick out. So by pulling on this 260, I can make this shape less round and a little bit more up and down. The trouble with using a 260 for it though is, as I pull it through here, if there's too much friction between it and the outer balloon, it causes this balloon just to deteriorate away. I don't know if that's the best way to see it, but suddenly it's not perfectly round, which is cool. The more I pull on this, the more it brings the other side of the balloon in. You can kind of see an apple twist starting to happen, which is not really my intention, but it's okay. It's just no consequence there. Although I do realise I've forgotten I need to put an anchor point over here as well, because that's how I'm going to have to attach the bust and the head kind of area. So up, out again. Getting there though. My plan, if these 350s, the 3 foot doesn't really work, is to go ahead to actually just use 16 inch. Let's I want to try and get that opposite to this to that to this. If it's not perfect, well, neither am I, so so if I start to panic and think, I'm going to run out of time, well, there will be a lot of not talking from me, so, which could be a good thing too. But let's see, time check, it is 4 o'clock, so 3 hours to go, and I'm not going to make you watch me for another 3 hours, that'd be crazy. But yeah, gosh, sorry. I was looking for something that wasn't there. But speaking of, I'm just going to add another balloon. Yeah, I hope to be done by then. But with my track record, I might not be, because I do like to spend a lot of time getting things just right. Ooh, there is a lot going on. Mini balloons. I need that. I just bulked that out by adding a second 260. I think I'm going to tie it off. Oh my goodness. It's happened. I did it. Let's hope I'm happy with everything about it. Don't know. We shall see. We shall see. See what I mean about an apple twist, but that's cool. Yeah, I'm happy with the shape, and there's the head if you haven't seen it. Well, the head's still in progress. I don't think I'm finished with that. But you can't see what I'm seeing here. Looking all right. Okay. Next bit that I think I want to try working at is the bust and shoulders. Let's see how I go. Speaking of bust, don't bust balloon. Ooh, it's feeling a little bit not as robust as I would like. Could be good. All right. Yeah. if these were my tentacles that I created before, I'm thinking this is 8 of them put together. But yeah, I think I might be a bit artistic and make it 16 put together, so 2 into 1. Because that's really going to give a lot more dimension to the balloon shape. How long until I come out there? Oh, I couldn't tell you. I've got a lot to do. It's still your brother's turn.
When is it my turn?
I don't know when your dad says it's okay, so why don't you go ask him? The old dad trick. What balloon's going on? Oh, ah. I now have 4 swirly balloons all tied together. I'm going to do this 3 more times. So I have 4 clusters in total, and then I'm going to bring them all together. Look together, but I do think I want all 16. No, please don't take it. I need that one. I'll make you one later. You can have that one. Not that one, no, the one you're holding. Oh, not too bad. No, you can't. Oh, okay, here. I tell you what, I don't want this. You can have that one. Skadooch. Oh, my knees are also getting very sore sitting down here. Oh. So not only do all those tentacles that look pretty cool, they also help this design to be sitting up. So nice. Getting there. It is getting there. And I'm sorry, you couldn't see what I was seeing, but I think it's looking good. I don't. Okay, yeah, no. I am sorry. I don't think I can realistically show you what I'm seeing without it just being really extreme close up and really not that cool to look at. So we're just going to keep on going. But for now, yeah, I've probably bored you enough. Alright, okay, I say bored, but you know, I've got a bit more to do. So I might end this live stream here. If you want to check back later, I'll be happy to show you more of what the design was. I will definitely share it because I think it's going to look really cool when it's done. And yeah, I really need to stretch my knees. Oh my god. But yeah, so thank you so much everyone who has been watching. I hope you've enjoyed looking a bit at the process. I think it's been a bit fun hanging out, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so I will end it here and thank you for your participation.